everyone, I'm here to do the earth signs, and this first one will be for the lovely sign of Virgo. Virgo, we're going to use the Albano Rider-Waite Tarot for your reading. This is the one that comes in the lovely bright colours. If you want a personal reading with me, www.theaussiegoddess.com. I am available a little bit this week, hopefully back to normal from Tuesday next week, but mostly back on board. Still got a lot to do, but feeling a little bit more engaged from here on inwards. All right, let's have a look at what's going on for Virgo. Oh, what a lovely way to start your week with the Victory card. This is something that's given you a sense of accomplishment. You know, sometimes when we reach a point in our lives where we are being recognized for what we have to offer, apart from the fact we don't really need to be validated, it is nice to get validation from our peers or from our superiors when we're working in the workplace. I feel like sometimes it's that whole thing of really feeling validated for what you do and how you treat others. Not that you need external validation, but for most of us, our ego is certainly pumped when we get that sort of energy. All right, so we have an energy here of some sort of opportunity coming to you as a result of this. Now, I'm immediately drawn to the fact that there's a wreath in that cup and there's wreaths on the Six of Wands. So for me, it feels like perhaps as a further opportunity to this recognition, you may be being offered something that's going to be either a promotion or some other opportunity here, but maybe you have a myriad of opportunities, but this one in particular draws me to it. There is something coming through for you here that is going to put you in a position of completing one cycle and moving to the next cycle. Now, sometimes with that Victory card, it may not necessarily be work. It could be that you've achieved something in your personal life that you've been striving for. Whatever it is though, you're completing part of the journey in order to move through to this next phase. So for example, it may be that you've completed learning or education. It could be that you have an opportunity now to progress in your job. But ultimately it could mean that someone has recognized you here. You know, it could be that you finally got that message or the invite on a date because somebody's finally seen you for who you are. But when the Ten of Swords comes around, it says something is completing. So a former stage of your life is completing. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if you're not going from the single life into the coupled life here. Something is coming for you on your path, something that was destined for you, something very beautiful. And maybe this Victory card is a result of some sort of healing you've gone through, some sort of stage you've gone through where you are feeling like you have grieved or you've done something here that you feel that you got out the other side of with that Ten of Swords. You could have been working on yourself. You could have made a choice to change the way you think about things, do some inner child work. You may have gone through counseling or psychology to try and get back on track with something. But whatever it is, it's bringing in the next stage of life for you. Very, very quickly here, there's communication coming from a fire sign. Leo, Sag, Aries energy. Someone you might see as very good looking, very attractive. Maybe not so much good looking, but attractive in that sense of they have a good heart or they're a good person through and through, but something's attracting you to somebody here. And I feel like that Six of Wands is some sort of recognition, someone seeing you, someone taking notice of you for the first time. So yes, I feel it might be in regards to love. Maybe with a Capricorn here as well. But you may have had a little bit of an obsession with somebody too. You know, sometimes obsession isn't a healthy thing, like it takes us over the edge. But there are times where, you know, a little bit of obsession probably is reasonably healthy. We've all done that when we've had a bit of a crush on someone, you know, check them out on social media or tried to find out where they are and what they're doing. So we've all got a little bit of that sort of possibility of perhaps being a little obsessed sometimes by something. So I feel that's why that card's coming through for you here. Okay, so the Judgment card is coming through as well. So we've got 2 major arcanas, 9 of Pentacles and the World card. So it definitely feels to me, especially with 3 major arcanas here, that you've put something into motion in the universe here. Now, because I have the Judgment card, I feel like somehow or another there's been a rebirth, because you're coming up as the 9 of Pentacles. So maybe this is why you're feeling finally you're seeing yourself in a good light. So maybe you've been healing from past relationship. Maybe you've just been doing a lot of work on your own confidence or self-esteem. Whatever it is here, it's like you're coming into a new time. It's the world is opening up brand new opportunities for you and you're moving in a new direction. But there is definitely this feeling here for some of you that you are getting an opportunity, perhaps with somebody from the past here, to start, complete a cycle. So your cycle that you're completing could be moving from being single into being sort of in a partnership with someone. All right, there it is. So there's the King to your Queen. So I'm feeling here that somebody is coming towards you to make an offer to you. Perhaps someone you've crushed on for a long time. With this Judgment card, you may have been around the block with them already, but maybe it wasn't anything substantial. But I feel like this is a king here. This is someone who wants to offer you something here. All right, so they've been keeping an eye on you, or you've been keeping an eye on them. We do have the 8 of Swords coming through. I feel like with the Devil energy, though, that you've been maybe watching over someone here. Whether this person's been around the block with you or not, I feel like you're familiar with this person. It isn't somebody that's come completely out of the blue. There is a feeling that you could have had some contact with this person. Maybe you work with them. Maybe you're even friends with them here. But there is an energy that says to me that perhaps you've been waiting on this person to make some sort of decision about you. So maybe you've sort of been, I don't know, cozying up to them a little bit perhaps. Let's have a look. All right, so we have the Emperor coming through with the, wow, okay. There's the offer right there. So we have strong Aries energy coming through in this reading and strong Capricorn energy coming through in this reading. We do have Pisces energy as well. Okay, so I'm feeling here, let's just go through this mini read again. I feel that there's a victory, but when I see this victory card, I feel like perhaps someone may have had lots of options and maybe they've picked you with this wreath. Maybe that's what the story's showing. This person's had a lot of options, but maybe they're picking you. There's definitely a closing out of a cycle. So it could be a cycle that means you're moving from friendship into lovers, or, you know, casual dating into something stronger. But with the Star card here, I feel like you've gone through a lot in the past and you may have been single for some time, and that may be that single time is coming to an end and that you're going to move into a relationship. I feel like whoever's coming your way here, very, very possible, especially with the Emperor here, that you actually know them. You may not know them well. You may have had a bit of a crush on them with that Devil energy. I would say there's definitely been some sort of crush here. But I feel like with this Judgment card, that there may have been an energy of you needing to sort of focus on yourself at the moment because of your past relationships or past stresses we've got here. So I do see with the Star card that there is a definite energy of somebody moving towards you here. And maybe with that Queen of Wands, they're seeing you for the first time. You know, sometimes we can be around people for a very long time without realizing that we've started to sort of catch feelings. And I feel like that's what's been happening here. Now, for some of you, this is definitely a brand new opportunity at work, that you've been recognized at work, because I have the Ace of Pentacles here. And I feel like with this 8 of Swords, maybe you've been trying to get into the limelight for a while. Maybe you've been trying to, maybe you've applied for a lot of positions and you haven't been successful, and finally you're being recognized for that, because there's definitely this energy of a brand new beginning, a brand new start. And for some of you, that is in regard to money. For others of you, it's in regard to a relationship. The Page of Cups is being clarified by the Tower, the 5 of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Three of Cups. Wow, that puts a whole different slant on the energy here. Feel like you could have been waiting on someone here. Waiting on someone to make that decision. Maybe that's why you've just been recognized. I feel like there's been some sort of upheaval in the past, which may have been some sort of heartbreak or hurt from someone. But with the Three of Cups, I always feel there was something standing in the way here. So it's possible you could have worked with this person and you couldn't have a relationship at work. Maybe there was some sort of issue or problem with that. Maybe it's a superior, especially with the Emperor here, or a manager, and you didn't feel it was appropriate. But what I feel more so here is that perhaps you were dealing with somebody who had either a third party or something standing in the way of the union. But the offer's coming. And I feel like with that Victory card, that whatever this is coming towards you is beautiful. I feel like your person is definitely feeling in the right place to make this offer now. So whether this is management offering you a new role or a relationship being offered, which more so with the Page of Cups, it definitely feels to me that it's taking you out of your comfort zone here. But I feel like perhaps the person you've been dealing with hasn't really either noticed you or has started to realize they have feelings for you. All right, let's have a look at the Oracle message. Oh, here it is. Breath of the Cosmos. My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. You know, it's a really funny card, this one, because I feel like a lot of us try to overmanage ourselves, overmanage things, push things. We all do. I'm, just as guilty as other people in the past. I've learned now my lesson for that. Trying to push for a result, trying to sell yourself, trying to validate yourself, pushing against the flow. It doesn't work. It just makes things more hectic. All right, when we rely on our own will, we're micromanaging the universe and resisting the natural flow of life. We're not trusting the mysterious breath of life. We're rejecting the great cosmic intelligence and instead relying on our own personal strength. Now, there's nothing wrong with relying on your own personal strength, but when you're trying to make something happen that isn't ready or isn't going to happen, that can be quite distressing and quite exhausting. I feel like sometimes that is the most exhausting energy of all that emotional energy, when you're trying to manifest something so crazily and you're thinking about it all the time, like with that devil energy, and you're constantly trying to manifest something into existence, can be the most exhausting thing you can do to yourself. Instead of sort of stepping back and saying to yourself, well, if it's going to happen, it will happen. And if I just allow the universe to work with this, then at least I can conserve my energy to make myself a little bit more whole and complete. But you can absolutely exhaust yourself in that process. So I feel like this is what this card is saying here. If it's somebody you want and you have had a crush on this person, or it is a job you want and you've tried so hard to obtain it and it still hasn't come to fruition, then maybe it's time to just step back and allow the universe to do its good work. Because I feel like here you're being asked to step away and allow the universe to manifest for you. Thank you.